This video is one in a series of three, and the aim is to teach you the hormones involved in burning excessive fat and, more importantly, keeping that off permanently. In the first video, we looked at the hormone insulin and how the composition of our plate will spike insulin and cause you to store fat. Once you've changed that, you can then begin to burn the excessive fat you have. Now, fat can be stubborn in certain areas, and one of the main areas that I personally had difficulty with was fat around the tummy. What I soon discovered was that cortisol is the main culprit for storing fat there. And I was rather shocked when I found that out. No amount of sit-ups, crunches would burn that fat away. Yes, underneath that, sure, I have a strong core, I have a strong stomach, but I just couldn't get the fat away. Now, cortisol's job is to cannibalize the protein in the body and the fat and raise blood sugar quickly. But the moment you raise blood sugar too quickly, you end up with insulin coming back in and storing that fat, guess where? Around the tummy. So my diet and my stress was causing a seesaw action where insulin would rise, cortisol would come in and store that as fat. I'd then feel hungry again, so I'd go out and eat more of the bad carbs, spike the insulin, cause the blood sugar to raise too high, store that as fat, blood sugar would go too low, pull out more cortisol. So you can see if that carried on too long, you can burn out both the pancreas, so you can end up diabetic by keep producing too much insulin. And you can also end up with tons of fat around the middle and burning out your adrenal glands that produce the cortisol. So getting a handle on those two hormones was my fast track to pulling the weight off around the tummy and keeping it off around the tummy. So I urge you to do three things today, please. The first one is set a very realistic goal of an amount of weight or fat you wish to remove in a decent time window. Let's say 2 pounds in the first week, or whatever your own target is. And use some of the tools that are provided in this channel, and I'll provide links above for the first and second video in this series. Also, be aware of just how you're marketed bad carbs. Be aware of all the TV adverts and all the hidden sugars that are in all the foods. Start reading the labels and see where these hidden sugars are. And also in drinks. Tons of hidden sugar in drinks. And the third thing is subscribe to this channel by clicking the link below, and also tick the box so that you get any regular updates, because this is going to be a very busy channel with lots of technical information. There will be another video in this series very shortly which will cover insulin and cortisol in much more detail. I wanted you just initially to have a feel of what's really working against you. So until then, thank you for visiting.